Oh boy, I'm getting myself into it today. This is a 20-mile day hike here in the Smokies, or as it turns out, a 19.5-mile day hike. On the menu today, Andrews Bald, a big open-air meadow, which I'll be at shortly. Lots of rock hopping, my favorite. Several stream crossings, some crazy elevation changes, numerous switchbacks, and an absolutely punishing 4-mile climb at the very end. So I'm trying to time this to be a sunrise to sunset hike. I only have, I think, 10 hours, 56 minutes to work with. My usual pace is 1.8 per hour, 1.8 miles, and that's not rushing, it's not lollygagging. That's just my comfortable speed where I can enjoy my walk and, you know, not risk tripping over anything or hurting myself really. So I'm a little bit of a race against the clock today. I'm not going to try to run too fast, but I need to book it here and there if I want to make it. All right, here's the junction. Forney Ridge and Forney Creek. This is where the loop begins proper, really. I'll be coming back up this way, and hopefully about 10 hours or less. Andrews Bald, 7/10 of a mile. All right, doing well so far. The chipmunks are going crazy this morning. I arrived at Andrews Bald. Oh man, it's beautiful up here. This is one of my favorite hikes of all time, because it truly does feel like you're on an adventure. There's so much variety on it. This hike begins and ends at the Kuwohi parking lot along the famous Appalachian Trail on the Tennessee-North Carolina border. From the summit is 6,644 feet above sea level, which is the highest elevation in either of those states. It's the highest elevation on the entire AT, and the third highest elevation east of the Mississippi River. Now it's a half-mile hike uphill from the parking lot to get the observation tower, where you can watch the sunrise. I didn't do that simply because those crowds were crazy today. It's a Saturday and it's fall, so the park is very crowded. I have been up there before, and yeah, the sunrise is breathtaking, but as you saw today, you can see it just as beautifully from the parking lot. So yeah, today was originally planned to be a 20.5-mile day, but since I didn't go up there, it's going to be 19.5. There are 3 different trails on this loop. It's a 1.1 mile trip from the parking lot down to where the loop begins. I'm hiking down Forney Ridge Trail for 4.5 miles, downhill to Springhouse Branch Trail for 4.2 miles, and Forney Creek for a total of 8.6 miles. And Forney Creek is where the trip finally starts getting hard. The real pain begins when you pass campsite 68. That's when it just starts going straight uphill for the remainder of the trip. You also have a bunch of stream crossings to do, and you're going to be doing it the hardest part of the trail with soggy feet. This trail is both a confidence booster and a morale killer, and you'll need a lot of patience to do it. This is my 3rd time doing this hike. I try to hit it every year. It's definitely not one you want to start your season off with. More like towards the end of your season if you're not used to doing long distance days like this. If you do it, make sure to bring a flashlight, some headlamps, and extra batteries, just in case you get stuck out here after dark. Trust me, you cannot navigate these trails in pitch black darkness. It is simply impossible. And downhill descent begins. Oh. Just beautiful up here. Just beautiful. So a little bit of history about this beautiful area I'm hiking in today. It's called Kuwohi, and about 165 years ago, I believe in 1859 if I remember right, it was renamed from Kuwohi to Clingman's Dome, named after a guy named Thomas Lanier Clingman, who, if I remember correctly, was the first guy to accurately measure the elevation of the area. Now, Clingman was a United States Senator, and who was actually expelled from his seat because he supported owning slaves and sedition amongst other things. And he eventually became a brigadier general in the American Civil War on the side of the Confederacy. So, in 2022, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians petitioned to have the area named back to Kuwohi, its original given name. Because the Cherokee Indians in the area, this was a very, sacred, spiritual place to them. And local government officials and the Park Service in September 2024 unanimously voted and officially changed the name back to Kuwohi. So, yeah, after all this time, it finally got its name back. And I think that's pretty cool. Wow. This is definitely the biggest tree I've seen today. Try wrapping your arms around that one. All right. Okay, some 5.6 into this. So, on to Forney Creek Trail here on Springhouse Branch, 4.2. 2 hours, 42 minutes into this thing. All this leaf crunching gives me a little bit of added confidence that I'm keeping the bears away. One real downside to all the leaves falling is that sometimes it makes the trail a little hard to see. So this way? Yeah. It's a neat section. I won't get my feet wet yet, but it's coming. Yeah. I was going to sink into that mud for a second. That was fun. Clingman's Dome. Clingman's Dome. Come see Clingman's Dome. Clingman's Dome. That's a very Pigeon Forge kind of name. Very Gatlinburg sounding name, I think. But yeah, I think Kuwohi's a very beautiful name. I'm glad it's back. They used some of the original Cherokee symbols on some of the road signs. And yeah, it's a bit controversial, as you would expect. The name change. Probably not hard to figure out who's upset about it. But, they're a race and history type of folks who probably think that way and don't take a second to consider the fact that naming it Clingman's Dome was, in a way, it was also a racing history. So, yeah, some people just like being mad, I think. If you're one of those people watching this, I would say my best advice to you is just get over it. Four hours, 6 minutes into this. I can hear Forney Creek down there. That's where a campsite's at. I'm going to take a little break. I never track my hikes electronically. I don't use all trails or GPS or anything like that. I just go by the trail markers, my stopwatch, and my calculator to figure it out for me. Mostly because I'm too impatient to learn apps, and I don't really want to pay for all trails or anything like that either. So I'm just stuck doing the old archaic way of doing it. Like this watch here, I bought for like $8 at Walmart. I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And it's got the 3 things I want. It's got a little light so I can see it in the dark. It tells me what time it is, and it's got a stopwatch. And that is really all I care to use. Yeah, my knees are starting to feel a little bit. This has been just miles and miles and miles just downhill. Some of it steep, some of it not. I'm not sore or in pain or anything, but I definitely feel a little bit fatigued. There's something there. Kind of almost ready for the uphill section to start. The old tree has uprooted itself and just propped itself up against the old chimney there. This is campsite 71. I believe I'm like 9.7, 9.8 miles into this thing, which is pretty much the halfway point. A common thing to do is, if you want to do this loop, is to come down here, camp, spend the night here, and do the second half the next day. A smart person would do that. But I got stuff to do tomorrow, man. I don't know that I actually would ever camp here. It's a nice campsite. It's very big. There's the creek next to it. Me and my buddy Adam did this loop. We day hiked this loop about 2 years ago in July. And the bugs down here, I remember, were so bad that when we sat down to take a break and have a snack, that you couldn't sit for more than like 2 seconds without those things just swarming in your ears and being all over you. It was awful. Like, I can't imagine what it'd be like to camp here. It'd just be so annoying. And they're actually kind of bad right now, and it's late October. So be wary of that. This spot is bad for bugs. And I've got 1.2 more miles to get to Forney Creek, and the trail continues up that way. About, almost 5 hours into this thing. I did the math a little earlier. I'm currently making a pace of 2.1 miles per hour. My usual pace is 1.8. In order to make this thing, I need to be going a little faster than usual. So I'm right on target so far. I need to keep this pace going, though. This is only the second break I've taken today. All right, halfway done. Get moving. Because that sunset was half as beautiful as that sunrise. And I'm in for something great. All I have to do is get there on time. Alright, so I've lost the trail. I'm just kind of wandering around here. I know the direction I'm going. I didn't go far. I remember when this happened the last 2 times. Just when you leave that campsite, the trail kind of veers off a couple different times, and it's like, well, which way do I go? So, I think I made 2 wrong turns, so I'm going all the way back. So the stream's right down there. All I gotta do is just stay along it, and I'll get back. But this is pretty annoying. I really wish they'd fix it. Okay, little pile of stuff here. I guess that's to keep you from going that way. That's a easy to follow trail for about 50 yards. This is the first one. The first spot where it branches off. There's another one straight up there. I think this is it. Hope this is it. I remember when me and Adam did this, we had the same problem. And the second time I did this, I think I remembered which way to go. But it's been a while, so I made the same mistake again. I've officially broken a sweat. So yeah, if you ever do this hike, when you pass campsite 71, take the first turn. I repeat, take the first turn off to the right. Save yourself a lot of anxiety. Oh man, I'd love nothing more. They just crawl down on that rock and hang out for about 15-20 minutes. But I'm in a bit of a hurry. So 7.4 back to the start of the loop, and I got 1.1 after that, so I got 8.5 more miles to go. Stream crossings are about to start, I think. I'm actually kind of happy we're going uphill, because my knees are not doing too well with the downhill. I mean, it's common for this trail, but it's been over 4 years now since I've had to bust out the Advil on a hike, and I'd rather not do that today. Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, there's a trail over there, or I can go over here. You know, I think I might be able to rock hop this. Oh man, these are slick. Ugh, not good. Oh man. That rock right there would dry. Dang. See, I got a camera in one hand, I got my poles in the other. Also, I really need to put my phone in a plastic bag if I'm gonna be doing this nonsense. So I'm gonna bite the bullet and just wade across this one over here where it's pretty. Oh, look at this. Look at this, nice. Well, phone's in a bag, refilled my water. Time for the first water crossing. I was tempted to rock hop it, but what's the point? There's another one up here in just a little ways. There's like 5, 6, 7 of these things, I forget. But alright, farewell to dry feet. Oh. Oh. Past the knees. Yeah, it goes without saying, don't do this hike the day after it's rained, or if there's rain in the forecast. Not pretty. Because, yeah, these streams can get high, and you definitely won't be able to pass them safely. And I can't imagine getting all the way here, seeing the stream too high to pass, and having to turn back around and do part one all over again, only it's all uphill. That's just that's some idea of a good time. Not worried about soggy feet. I've heard people all the time say, I'll just take my shoes off and wade across, or how do you deal with wet feet? And it's not bad, really. It's really not that bad. I used to say the same thing, like if I had to do a stream crossing, I'd probably just, take my shoes off, put flip-flops on, or water shoes, whatever. Not worth the time or effort. Especially not here when you got so many of them to do. But the other question comes by, is it cold, or was that water cold? Yes, that water was very cold. Certainly was not warm. Here's number 2. Oh, slick rocks, very slick rocks. Whoa. I think I've said it before. I've never fallen in before. I've never fallen into a creek or river. I know the day will come. It's bound to happen. And I will keep my promise that if it does happen, I will absolutely use the footage if it's there. Sketchy. Well, this thing's wobbly. I'm very old. Oh, my knees. Number 3. So I didn't get any video. Ooh. So unfortunately I didn't get any video of the 4th crossing. It was just a ways back there. There are a couple backpackers there. First people I've seen all day, actually. Just sitting there at the crossing, taking a rest. So I'm gonna walk up there and cross it and be like, hey, you guys care if you're if I get you in my video? So I'm not going to do that. It's just, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I wouldn't feel comfortable if someone did that to me either, so I just didn't do it. I'm not sure what these are. Maybe they're like a property line or something from way back in the day. I remember there's a switchback up here, though. Yep. Alright, this is one of the most interesting blowdowns I've seen. And I'm going to go around. I'm way too tired to crawl through that thing. Wow. Six hours, 45 minutes into it. I'm on the verge of being worn out. I've still got a long way to go. I do not want to let it hit 10 hours, 56 minutes without being finished. Here is crossing number 5. I don't think I have to get my feet wet for this one. Oh, really painful. My knees don't like downstepping today. Oh. Whoa. Oh, almost lost it. Hey, that's crossing number 5. Didn't have to get my feet wet. I mean, they're already wet. You know what I mean. Oh boy, look at this. Hey, at least it's pretty, right? All right, I need a break. I really need a break. Whew. I'll take another one when I get to campsite 68. There'll be water there. 7 hours, 18 minutes. This part of campsite 68. There are 2 68s, I think. There's this one, and I think there's one a little bit further up too. You know what? I'm gonna go to the other campsite. It's not far off, but as I recall, the water site's a lot easier to get to. So yeah, campsite 68. This is where the elevation really gets steep, and this is the hardest part of the trail, and I'm already whooped, but I'll get there. Yep, there's the first switchback already. Piece of an old railroad. Old railroad track. I can see the bear cables from here. This is the second site of campsite 68. So I'm gonna stop here a minute, refill my water. I'm gonna make that last push. Man, this campsite's awesome too. It's really small. There's only really not much room for a tent, maybe one. Not very flat. Unless there's another part of it somewhere around here I can't see. Yeah, but look at this. Ah, this is beautiful. I've walked past this site before, but I've never actually been down to it. Pardon my old man noises, they're necessary. A piece of that railroad track. Maybe there was an old bridge that used to be here. I thought there was. Alright. I don't have a whole lot of time to spend, so I'm just going to water up right quick. Take a little 5-minute, 10-minute break. And get running. Well, walking. Brisk walking. Uphill. Yep. As I said before, after campsite 68 is where it gets difficult. Like right after it. But I do feel a little rejuvenated. A little break. And there's something about that mountain water. Just ice cold. It just hits so much better than any other water. It's like it gives me a little energy boost or something. But oh yeah, I got a few more miles to go. I got about 2.5 hours left before sundown, and I think I can make it. I'm feeling a little confident. It's gonna be close though, I think. Trying whenever possible to land on my left knee or my left leg. That one's not hurting as bad. Yeah, it's been nothing but switchbacks. Each one seems to get a little bit harder than the last. Oh, careful here too. Oh, one wrong step, you could be going over the edge. It's just like this long, seemingly never-ending tunnel of just up. If I'm not mistaken, that last switchback I just did, I think that's the last one, if memory serves. My memory's been wrong a couple times today. Status update. Knees obliterated but functional. Glutes finished. Calves, surprisingly fine. If I know they're going to be just unbelievably sore tomorrow. Feet held up well. Morale, it's okay. It's about the best I can say for it. 9 hours, 11 minutes. Need under just the wiggle room, I'll say 10 hours, 50 minutes. Last time I heard a chipmunk was up near Andrews Bald. So maybe that's a good sign. I'm not too far from the junction. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but I can see the sky through the trees up ahead. So hopefully that means I'm at the top. And the trail junction's just right up here. I was wrong. I was wrong. Well, I can't really go any higher. Trail's flattening out a little bit. That's a good sign. I think I actually might see the marker up here. I hope. Oh yes, there it is. It's the hardest part of the trail. Yeah, 2 miles to or 2 miles from 68. I don't know if that's the first part of 68 or the second. Yeah, that's definitely the hardest part of the trail right there. Yeah, this is where I was 9 hours or so ago. And speaking of which, I'm at 9 hours and 40 minutes. I need to be under 10 hours and about 50. So I know it's within reach because I only got 1.1 mile to go. So I'm just going to take it easy for the rest of the way. It's a relief knowing I don't have to be in a hurry anymore. I was actually a little worried back there. Because like I said, I don't really track my hikes or distance or anything electronically. And I was thinking there for a minute, like, what if I don't make it? There's a very real chance I don't make it. But I got plenty of time. Happy about that. And I'm ready to wrap this thing up. Hopefully see a beautiful, beautiful sunset. In a lot of ways, I think this is like the ultimate Smokies day hike. That's about 20 miles. It'll take you all day to do it. If you don't feel like you're up for it, don't do it. Definitely don't do it. If you go clockwise, the hard part's in the second half of it, particularly the last couple miles of the second half. And the 1.1 mile back up to the parking lot isn't exactly easy either. But yeah, if you hike regularly, you've never done like a long day before, and you want to, test out your stamina, see where you're at. This is a great test. Think of it as your report card, because if you do this trail, you're going to find out what you're made of. I promise you that. There's so much variety on the trail. And yeah, it just feels like you're on a journey. I mean, I feel like I've been on one. I mean, it's hard, for sure. And this trail just wears you down. In the first half, just all that downhill. And your legs are a little bit cooked. And then you have to do some serious climbing just to finish it. Yeah, I can. I can't recommend it enough. One other thing, just remembering, this is my first day hike video. All my other videos are backpacking trips, overnight trips. And hopefully I got one more. I got something really cool planned. So I'm going to depend on the weather. Hoping to do it next weekend. Hopefully it's not terribly cold, because I don't own any winter gear. Here's a hike I've done before. Also involves a sunrise, and it's a gorgeous hike. I hope I'm able to do it. If not, I'll hit it next year. There's a mouse creeping around here. Hello, mouse. Come on, don't be shy. Alright. I like having your picture taken, I guess. Man, I bet it's crowded up here. I can hear the voices. Yeah. I'll have my stopwatch, see what my final time is. And yeah, this wasn't a race or anything. I'm just curious to see how long it took. And I mean, as long as I made it back before the sunset, that was really my goal. I'm not interested in, you know, coming back and breaking a record or anything like that. I mean, I just want to enjoy it, you know. Coming back into civilization. Darn. That's it.
One last video with it. Go to.
10 hours, 13 minutes, and 4 seconds. Oh, 6:15 p.m. Yeah, I don't think the sun sets until 6:50. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a wait, but that's okay. I'm just gonna sit here and relax and hope I don't fall asleep. It's getting cold, so I got the heat on. I love these. I've been eating these since I was a kid. I hope it didn't get smashed. The only time I let myself have one, though, is when I finish a hike. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this while we wait on the sunset. And if you know me or you know my videos, then I got another little reward for myself at the end of it. Well, it looks like there's not going to be a visible sunset tonight. Too many clouds in the way, but that's okay. It's still an amazing hike, and that sunrise was so beautiful that I think it makes up for it. So it's time to get out of here. It's called a s'mores jackhammer. Ooh. I don't want to live in a world without Andes ever again.